Welcome back everybody for another episode of Hype for Skyblivion. We're going to be doing another side quest today with our new character, Martin de Chateau, a Breton veteran of the Imperial Legion. Last time we took out a gang of all-female thieves that were preying on the married men of Anvil. Today we're going to try to help this high elf.
This is a travesty. A complete and utter travesty. The crystal ball is just sitting there in the hold, but I'll be damned if I'm going back on board. And nobody will help me. Nobody. Not with those spirits roaming the decks. I don't suppose you'll help me. No, of course you won't.
It would be my pleasure to assist you.
Of course you can't. Nobody ever wants to help. That's the... Wait. Did you actually say you'd help me? Oh, how wonderful. I can't thank you enough. I've been going out of my mind ever since my crew was murdered. This is my ship, you see. The Serpent's Wake. I hired the crew to sail to Somerset Isle to retrieve a family heirloom. My mother's crystal ball. They made the journey and arrived back all right. But then, someone murdered them. All of them. Now their spirits are haunting the ship. The crystal ball is in a chest in the ship's hold, but I can't get to it. I made it as far as the captain's cabin, but the spirits nearly killed me. Get the crystal ball and return it to me here, and I'll make it worth your trouble. Here, you'll need this key. Thank you so much.
It's a shame that the Anvil's town guard doesn't handle this quest. Since they're armed with silver weapons, they'd probably deal with it rather easily. You'd think that they'd have concerns about a haunted ship being in their harbor. But I guess we'll just have to do it. This is an interesting quest in that it's actually tied to the Dark Brotherhood.
You've returned.
Okay, let's do a quick save and attempt it. I seem to recall the creatures are pretty tough, and you need to have magic in order to deal with them. Either weapons or spells. Fortunately, I have both. Fine steel cutlass there. Keys. I guess this was the captain. Yeah, dead captain. Ectoplasm. I believe they showcased part of this in a video they showed on regarding Skyblivion, the mod. The ghosts looked a bit different, though. They looked more like the generic ghost. Pale and kind of translucent. They actually had another developer diary for Skyblivion's development recently. Oops, see, it came up behind me. I'll lead it up here. Hopefully I just have to fight with one at a time. Oh, no. Still two of them. Anyway, so they had this developer diary video that came out last night, and it looks pretty cool. They've made big progress with their developing of the different environments, and they're working hard to make each of them seem very unique. And they've started working on interiors, which is going to take a lot of work. I think there are tens of thousands of interiors. I think it was something like 22,000 interiors. So it's going to take some work. But they've done a lot already, and they showcased some more of their 3D assets. Asked for more help if anybody has the sort of skills in 3D art. I'm I'm sure that they'd appreciate the help. Fortunately, I have never been much of an artist, at least not that sort. I do have some skill in making music, but not to the level that they already have. Let's see. Ooh, another one of the crew members. Let's see. And most excitingly, they've actually started implementing. They've actually started implementing the side quests. As far as I know, that note's just a random one and doesn't actually lead to anything. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not. So they created some software that's going to take the like the quest, I guess, code information from Oblivion, and it converts it to a usable form for the Skyrim game engine. And they've been working on it for years, and they finally got it to the point where they can start, I guess, mass transferring the quests. So that's pretty cool. It's actually a lot easier to do at this level than at the higher levels that I normally do it at. These wraiths are significantly weaker than they are at higher levels. And the last third of the developer video is actually a playthrough of a side quest, one that I don't know if I've ever actually done before. It's like Best Served Cold or something like that. It's a quest that you can find in a hamlet, I think northeast of the Imperial City. So I'm hoping to play through that one this time. We'll have to see if I remember when I'm in that area to find and do it. I think that would be pretty fun to see a comparison. Oh, can't repair that because it's magical. Okay, very nice. Still overburdened though. Let's see, by 1 pound. Ah, really? I can drop these shoes I picked up by accident. Wrong button. Let's see, there we go. There's your crystal ball. It's probably going to weigh something. No, it doesn't. I forgot that in Oblivion, quest items don't usually weigh anything. Okay, I found it. I have to return it to her. Overburdened again. I want that repair hammer. Just drop one of these cutlasses. They're not really worth that much money. And they weigh more than the iron longsword. I personally think they look a bit better. So I'm pretty excited about Skyblivion. I enjoy Oblivion, but the controls and some aspects of the gameplay are a bit dated. So, and I prefer Skyrim's gameplay overall, its combat in particular, but just many aspects of its gameplay. And they've done an awesome job so far with like their 3D assets, the different armor skins, and environmental stuff. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. If you're new to the channel, I'm planning on playing through most of the factions, if not all of them, the Shivering Isles, most of the side quests and miscellaneous quests, and just, you know, seeing what the game's like again, since it's been a long time since I've done most of it, in anticipation of Skyblivion, since it will probably be a year or more off. Okay.
You did it! You actually made it back with a crystal ball! Oh, thank you! Here, please take this as a reward. It's the captain's enchanted cutlass. I managed to grab it when I was in his cabin before his spirit chased me out. Oh, thank you so very much.
You know, that might have come in handy, fighting the ghosts. Having magic weapon, what if I hadn't had the dagger? Alright, drain health, 15 points for 6 seconds on strike. I believe it is pretty much just an enchanted version of those other steel cutlasses. Fine steel cutlasses. In fact, it actually seems to be weaker damage-wise. And draining 15 points for 6 seconds isn't really that big of a deal. It's actually weaker than if it was simply damage health, because it just lowers the maximum by 15 points. And even if you hit it multiple times, I'm pretty sure it's not cumulative. It'll just always just reduce their maximum health by 15 points. So, kind of disappointing. Let's see, it is worth more money, so I'll probably just sell it. I really only need one magic weapon, and since it's not going to be doing that much for me, it's not worth the wait. I do need to drop something, though. I think I'll just drop one of these cutlasses. Let's see. But yeah, you'd think that she would have thought of the fact that, well, these aren't dead, they need magic to kill them. Instead she grabs the weapon and runs out and just hangs onto it. Oh well. I was prepared anyway. It strikes me every time I do this, where I jump into jump into water in full armor, that you really wouldn't be able to swim like that in full plate armor. You'd think pretty quickly. So, I found a repair hammer. Okay, that's odd. I think that's a pop-up from the quest tutorial. No, one of the last videos I did, the prophet asked me to visit the different way shrines and make a pilgrimage. That's the Knights of the Nine quest line, which is what we're primarily going to be doing with this character. We're going to be doing some side quests to get him up to level and give him enough money so that he can buy some nice armor added by the Knightly Armory mod. Then we'll be doing the Knights of the Nine quests. So, side quests first, and then purchase some cool armor. And then we'll start the Knights of the Nine quest line, visiting the different pilgrim shrines.
It's my pleasure. Please continue.
And I actually figured out since that last episode
have a look around.
That he actually gave me a map that shows the general locations of the different way shrines. So, it'll be pretty easy to find them, I think. Let's see, I was going to sell weapons.
You got a great deal. You've made a good bit of gold.
We're already about a fifth of the way to where I need to get the nice armor.
Take care.
Although, to be honest, I do really like the Imperial Legionnaire armor a lot as well. So, I think there's one more quest I wanted to do in the Anvil area. And that's at this farm here. But I think I'll go ahead and cut this off as a separate episode, since I'm trying for the most part to do like one quest per episode so they don't drag on too long, because it takes a long time to render videos of decent quality for YouTube that are more than like 20 or 30 minutes long. I think we'll try to get to the farm first. I believe it was right over here. It might actually have been... yeah, it's over here. Walked right by it. But, there it is. The Witchmont Farm. I also got some lockpicks, so I might actually hop over and see if I can unlock the chest I found in that gang's hideout in my first episode with this character. So, I'll be back shortly with another episode and another quest.